I'm Ramsey Lewis, and I'm delighted to say that for the first time in 40 years, jazz is making a welcome return to weekly network television. Just look and listen to some of the incredible world-famous artists appearing together for the first time in our exciting new series, Legends of Jazz. The Jazz Singers with Al Jarreau and Kurt Elling. Where do you feel the line is drawn between, say, pop and jazz singing?
The easiest answer would be to say that jazz singing is like pornography, in that you know it when you hear it.
The Great Guitars with Pat Metheny and Jim Hall. What guitar players influenced you early on?
Wes Montgomery, Kenny Burrell, and Jim Hall.
Glad you said that.
NEA Jazz Masters 2006 with Tony Bennett, Chick Corea, and Ray Barretto.
Bob Hope got a big kick out of me. I was the only white kid in the show. So he said, "Come over here, son." He said, "What's your name?" I said, "It's Anthony Dominic Benedetto." So I said, "Well, that's a little too long for the marquee." He said, let's call you Tony Bennett." Bob Hope gave me my name, Tony Bennett. Yeah, how about that?
The Piano Masters with living legends Dave Brubeck and Dr. Billy Taylor. Did you plan to be a musician right off the bat?
No. Well, in our family, you were a musician very young. But my dad said, "You're the last of my 3 sons. You're gonna stay here and help me on the ranch."
Did you?
No.
Okay. The Altos with sax greats Phil Woods and David Sanborn.
My mother said, "Philip, don't you think you should take a lesson? That your uncle went to a great deal of trouble to leave you the saxophone." And even at age 12, I realized that dying could be construed as a great deal of trouble, That's why I'm saving it for last.
Contemporary jazz with keyboardist George Duke, guitarist Lee Ritenour, and bassist Marcus Miller.
In New York, I would go from one club to the other club. One was a funk club, the other was a straight-ahead jazz club with guys who used to play with Charlie Parker, And if you sat in with them, you had to come with it,
You had to do it.
And if you played with the funk group, you had to come with it on that side.
Latin jazz with piano great Eddie Palmieri and flute virtuoso Dave Valentine.
Says, "I've been taking lessons for 3 years. You come in 3 weeks and do this." Leave me alone.
Did you lose?
Talk to me again.
Did you lose a friend?
I lost the girl and I kept the flute.
The Golden Horns with trumpet greats Clark Terry, Roy Hargrove, Chris Bodie.
I got lucky. I got a record company that said, just make material that moves you and play your instrument, and when the record's finished, come back and we'll have a glass of wine and I'll go promote it. And as a jazz musician, you don't believe it, but that's what happened, and that's what they did.
What record company is that?
And that's only the beginning. A host of other star performers are slated to appear on additional Legends of Jazz episodes like Robert Cray and Kebmo in Roots of Jazz, The Blues, Jane Monheit and John Pizzarelli in The American Songbook, Benny Golson, Chris Potter and Marcus Strickland in The Tenors, Oscar Castro-Neves and Yvonne Lenz in Brazilian Jazz, Joey DeFrancesco and Dr. Lonnie Smith in The Killer Bees. Legends of Jazz. See it nationwide on public television. Jazz is back.
The critically acclaimed Legends of Jazz with Ramsey Lewis TV series features lively conversations and stellar performances by today's biggest names in jazz. Produced in HD and 5.1 surround sound, this exciting new music series is now available on 3 individual DVD/CD volume collections. Each DVD volume contains 4 complete episodes and a companion CD of the great musical performances. In addition, you can experience extraordinary performances from the series on Legends of Jazz Showcase. This special DVD/CD collection features 13 select performances by top musicians including David Sanborn, Chick Corea, Jane Monheit, Clark Terry, George Duke, Al Jarreau, Dave Brubeck, Chris Bodie, and many more. These dynamic audiovisual DVD/CD collections are a must-have for jazz fans and music lovers everywhere. Volume 1, 2, 3, and Showcase. Collect them all today. For America's greatest music, visit legendsofjazz.net.
Jazz is one of the most profound musical languages of our time. Passionate, inspired, and free. Visit us at legendsofjazz.net for the latest on upcoming shows, artist performances, tour information, and more.